Hey everyone, happy Monday. If you are in South Florida, we had a rainy weekend here by the beach, but I heard people further west didn't have such a rainy weekend. So if you had a sunny weekend, I'm happy for you. If not, I hope you found ways to enjoy the rainy weekend like we did. It was nice just to relax, get some house cleaning done, just get refreshed for the new week. So I wanted to jump on today and talk about the 10 biggest financial mistakes business owners make and how you can work on remedying or avoiding these mistakes in your business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jayce and I am owner and accountant of Hooked Accounting Services, and I've been in the accounting world for over 5 years now and really enjoy helping business owners understand their numbers and their financials and also take this burden off of business owners, because sometimes sitting down to reconcile your accounts is just not something you understand. It's not something you're good at. It's also something that may be a task that you dread doing, and we want to make sure that you have time to focus on the services you provide to your customers and your clients and make sure that your business is thriving so that you have that client retention. So that's what I'm here to do, and I just try to get on here every week and give you some tips that help you out. If you ever have any questions, feel free to send me a personal message, comment on the video or the post that you're currently reviewing, and I'd be happy to talk to you more and to answer your questions. So let's go ahead and get started with today's topic. And some of these may apply to your business, some of them may not. So we're just going to go through and find out how we can either curtail these or prevent them altogether. So the first one is having a clear financial plan. Without a plan, it can be difficult to set financial goals, and that's really important in our business to make sure we are growing and staying or becoming more profitable. We want to track our performances, and we want to make informed business decisions. So to avoid this mistake, it's important to develop a detailed financial plan that outlines not only your short-term goals, but also your long-term goals and the steps you need to get there. So it's always important to remember why we started our business, what our new goals are to grow, and just keep in mind where we want to be. If we don't have goals, it's hard to kind of project forward. Number 2 is not managing cash flows effectively. Every day you should have an understanding of the money coming in versus the money going out. That is very important for a business owner to do. It is the lifeline of your business, your cash flows. I mean, what is a business if money isn't coming in? And of course, we have to pay money out in order to grow. So managing cash flows poorly can lead to financial difficulties and unfortunately sometimes bankruptcy. So to avoid this mistake, make sure you monitor them and manage your cash flows, like I said, on a daily basis. This includes looking at your accounts receivable, what your customers owe you, and your accounts payable, what you as a business owe to your suppliers, vendors, and the such. So that's important. Number 3, not taking on too much debt. Taking on too much debt is a mistake a lot of business owners make. So debt can be a useful tool, especially when you're starting out or you're trying to grow or expand in a new direction. But it can also be a financial burden if you let that get out of hand, which is easy to do. So just be cautious and make sure to monitor what debt you're taking on, what old debt you're still repaying. And to avoid this, we're just constantly evaluating, looking at our financial position, looking for ways to maybe pay a little extra on a loan or find other streams of revenue so that we don't have to take out a loan. Number 4, not diversifying revenue streams. So relying on a single stream of revenue can be risky, especially in uncertain economic conditions. And we're kind of in one of those times now. We're not quite sure, where the economy is going to go. COVID disrupted a lot of our economy. We were in a really high, so that's got to come down a little bit, but how much is it going to come down? So you want to consider diversifying your revenue streams. Maybe add another service or enter a new market maybe you're servicing one market, but you can service somebody else as well. So how would that look? And adding that to your bundle of services that your business offers. The fifth mistake that business owners sometimes make is failing to review and update your financial projections. So we set goals, we make a financial plan, and then we get off to it. And it comes a year down the road, and then you think, I wonder what that financial projection looked like, or you don't even think about it. So that's something that might be a problem, right? You need to go back on a regular basis and check how your business is performing compared to those goals you set, the projection or plan that you set. Make sure that you're in line with it, or maybe you need to make adjustments. Maybe you grew a lot more than you thought, so you need to update that. Or something happened, there was a struggle that happened or an event that happened that caused you not to grow as much as you thought. So you just need to adjust those financial projections. Number 6 is neglecting to invest in employee training and development. So investing in your employees and their development is very important to keep your employees around for a long time. So I did a live, I believe it was last year, about keeping your employees happy, cutting down on employee turnover, because this is a big cost to a lot of business owners. And your employees are also there to help you build your business, right? You want them to be happy. You want them to be invested in your business and be invested in helping you grow your profit, your product, your service, whatever it is. So to avoid this mistake, considering offer more trainings. Help them develop their skills and create greater opportunities for your employees. And make sure that they're current on your industry best practices and improve their skills. That's very important for your business. We're getting down to the bottom, the last couple. So number 7, top mistake business. I can't talk. Number 7 is of our top 10 mistakes business owners make is not staying current on industry trends and developments. So just like your employees, you also have to keep, and more so, you have to keep on top of what's happening within your industry. You have to be active within your industry so that you can stay current and relevant and what's the word I'm thinking of? Be able to back up the prices that you're putting on your services or your product that you're offering. So if you're not current, then how are you going to support those higher ticket prices for your service that you know you're worth, but you have to make sure you can back that. And so staying current with what's going on can help you with that. It can also help you capture opportunities and decrease competitiveness within your market. If you're not staying current, you're going to miss out on opportunities, right? So that's very important. And you can do this by reviewing industry news. You can research to stay informed about changes, going to workshops for your industry, going to conferences. That all is very helpful. Number 8, not building strong relationships with key stakeholders. So you need to build real good relationships with your customers, your suppliers, your partners. Everything about business is networking, building relationships. We're all here to help one another at the end of the day, right? Because we all intermingle, and I provide service to a business, but then I may turn around and use their service, or I can refer their service to clients or family. So it all just ends up tying into each other. So it's very important to build strong relationships. Make an effort to regularly communicate and engage with them. Build that trusting relationship to ensure that your business is meeting their needs. And number 9, not having adequate insurance coverage. Insurance is not a fun topic. A lot of us hopefully don't use a lot of insurance. So it's not something we want to fork out a lot of money for, because we hope to never have to use it. But it's something we should have, because unfortunately things do happen, and you have to rely on those insurance funds to recover us from whatever that event was. So neglecting to have insurance coverage is not a good financial decision. And to avoid this, you want to make sure to also, when you have the insurance, review and update your insurance coverage to make sure it still applies to your business, especially if you've had growth, to make sure you understand what it does cover in case you have to get it, because it's not fun when something happens and you read your policy and you're like, oh man, this doesn't even cover that. Get somebody to help you read those insurance policies, because I know myself, insurance is a very complicated thing for me. I can do your financials all day long and help you with that, but when it comes to understanding insurance policy, that goes over my head. So if you need somebody to help you understand that, definitely make sure to get that. And finally, failing to review and update your business plan. Most businesses, when you start in creating your business, you come up with a business plan, the document that guides your direction, guides your growth of your business. But many business owners don't review and update them. Your business changes and grows, hopefully. So you want to make sure to update that so that it always reflects what your business is doing. It is great that you have to redo your business plan. That means you're changing, you're growing, you're evolving. So make sure that you're keeping up with that. So I hope this was helpful. Again, these are just the 10 biggest mistakes that business owners make. And it's not saying that any one business makes all 10 mistakes. Hopefully that's not the case. But one or two of these likely apply to somebody. Like I said, the insurance is probably one of my shortcomings, definitely. It's just something that's over my head and something that it kind of takes time to sit down and say, okay, what does this really cover? Do I have everything I need? So I hope this was helpful. I hope you found something that you can maybe work on and improve. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I will be happy to help you, or we can maybe learn something together. That's always great to be able to continue to learn and evolve. If you know somebody who could benefit from this information, feel free to share the video. You can also go back to either my personal page or my business page, Hooked Accounting Services LLC, and all of my lives are saved there from all of the past weeks. And of course, you can always ask questions on any of those. And I hope you find all of this information helpful to you. And I do just want to put out there that we do still have that. I still do have the offer going, accepting new clients. So if you need to catch up on your bookkeeping for 2022 or even years prior, I do have space available to take on new clients and help you get prepared for the 22 taxes, as those deadlines are coming up. So March 15th is the corporate tax return deadline, which is almost a month away. So we definitely want to get jumping on that ASAP, because then you have to get it over to your tax professional to file the return. And then I also would love to get you started off correctly for 2023 with the monthly recurring services, help you understand your financial statements, and see if we can get your business growing even more. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. The lives, if you haven't caught on, are now in the new year on Mondays at 12:45, unless something comes up. And I'll be here to answer any of your questions at any time. Just send me over a message, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful week.